Hi everyone, I'm True Soul, and this is a review of the Diamond Select Lord of the Rings, Legolas and Gimli. So yeah guys, I had it all planned out to do some cool intro, but I was so excited to get these figures that I opened them up straight away, and I actually didn't get that many pictures of them in the box, so sorry about that. But yeah guys, I've been waiting for the longest time for a toy company to make some more Lord of the Rings action figures. I really haven't seen Lord of the Rings action figures since the old days when toybiz used to make them, and those action figures were pretty good, so let's hope that these action figures are even half as good as those ones are. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get straight into it, starting off with Legolas. Now right off the bat, whenever I opened up this Legolas, I did notice that the proportions seemed a little off to me. I don't know if it's just me or if there's something going on with the figure. It just seemed to me like his torso and head were pretty on the big side. And I know that these action figures are supposed to, the scaling, they're supposed to be a little bit taller than like your average action figure, because I feel like the Legolas is more closer to like to 7 inches than to his traditional 6 inches. But it's just something just looked off to me. Don't get me wrong, I actually like the head sculpt. I know a lot of people, before the action figure came out, they were kind of roasting the head sculpt, talking about how it didn't really look like Orlando Bloom that much, or you know, it looked like he was high or something, which I guess you could kind of say that with the what looks like little bags under his eyes. Either that or he didn't get enough sleep. It's not so much the likeness I have a problem with, it's just the body proportions seem a little too big. Like the upper part seems like it should be a little smaller. The head should be a little smaller, the torso should be a little smaller. But that's just me. I'm also going to show a little comparison, because my brother actually still has his toybiz Legolas. So I'm going to show you guys a side-by-side comparison of that. I'm not going to lie, I kind of like that toybiz Legolas a little more. He seems like he has a better range of motion, which when it comes to articulation, we're going to get to that right in a minute. But I don't know. I feel like the body proportions are a little off with this Legolas figure, but other than that, he still looks pretty good. But we're going to go ahead and move on into articulation, which is another thing that this toy kind of struggles with. This is actually, this Legolas and my Gimli are the first Diamond Select action figures that I've ever gotten, so I'm not really sure if they go, when they, you know, make action figures, if they go all out on articulation. I'm guessing they don't, because the box said it only had 16 points of articulation, and for 16 points, this action figure's pretty stiff. He has single joints on his legs and his arms, which makes it pretty much impossible for you to get him in any kind of arrow shooting pose, which is a little bit of a bummer. His head movement is decent. I thought that the hair would hinder the head movement a little bit more than it did, but he can actually look down a good bit. Not up too much, but his side to side is also pretty good. And he also has a swivel in his torso. One thing that I noticed while I was playing around with the figure is, one, his quiver, it doesn't seem like you can take that off his back. I'm pretty sure you can. I tried moving it a couple of times, but it will not come off. The second thing I noticed, and this goes a little bit into accessories, he has 2 sheaths that his like little swords that he uses in the movies go in. I looked all around when I opened up his packaging, and I have no little swords. Now I was wondering if you guys could help me out in the comments. Is this Legolas supposed to come with 2 little swords, and for some reason I guess mine's a defect and I didn't get 2 little swords? Or does this Legolas not come with 2 little swords? And if it doesn't, that's kind of a bummer, because now I have nothing to put in those sheaves. And I literally looked all around whenever I opened it up, you know, because I thought maybe I dropped them, but I can't find those things anywhere, which is leading me to believe that he didn't come with 2 little swords. So yeah, I'm a little bit out of shape about that, but we're not going to dwell on that too much. Just go ahead and move on. into accessories. So Legolas comes with 3 arrows that you can actually put inside the quiver. The quiver is actually pretty wide, so if you're not careful, those arrows will fall out of them pretty easily. He also comes with a bow, which has like a string part attached to it, so like Legolas can pull it back, which is absolutely pointless because I can't even get him in a pose where he can grab the arrow like that and pull back the bow. So yeah, those are actually the only accessories that this Legolas comes with. Like I said, I didn't see any little swords in there, so I really don't think I have any in here. But overall, if you are just looking for like a Legolas to just stand there, like for most people, probably collectors are going to be getting this, it's a pretty good Legolas. You're not going to be able to get him into a bunch of cool poses, but if you have a Lord of the Rings display and you want to just set him up there standing there looking cool, then this is definitely the Legolas for you. But sadly, I still think the toybiz Legolas has this Legolas beat, even though it is a little bit smaller. It has way better articulation, comes with better accessories, the whole shebang shabab. So now we're going to go ahead and move on to my favorite Lord of the Rings character growing up, Gimli. And I'm really digging the overall look of this Gimli, the beard, the helmet, the outfit. It just looks really great. Also like the way they made him, since he's a dwarf, he's kind of stubby looking, even though this action figure actually isn't that short. He's actually pretty tall for a dwarf. You'll see when I compare him to a couple of other action figures, even though I know he's not supposed to scale with some of these other action figures. Even compared to Legolas, he's still pretty tall in my opinion. Because I'm pretty sure that Gimli is around the same height as the hobbits, and the hobbits are pretty dang short, so I feel like they should have made Gimli a little shorter, but I'm still pretty happy with how this Gimli looks. And believe it or not, this Gimli actually has a little bit better articulation than Legolas does. He actually has some extra swivel joints in the arm. He also has some better mobility in the legs, where if the soft goods were a little bit more rubberier, he could actually sit all the way down, as opposed to Legolas, who can't even get his legs like that at all. Gimli's arms can actually also go a little bit past 90 degrees, which I think is really good. I like those action figures where, even though it might have a single joint, the bend is deep enough to where that you can get a good bit of articulation from that. And now we're going to go ahead and move on into Gimli's accessories. Gimli doesn't come with a whole lot of accessories, but I think the accessories that he does come with work for him pretty well. He comes with 2 axe holding hands, which is pretty much the hands you can use to put his axes in. Defaultly, he just comes with 2 like open hands, which I'm not really sure what you would use those for. And he comes with 3 different kinds of axes. He comes with a kind of regular one-bladed axe. He comes with a slightly bigger one-bladed axe, and then he comes with my favorite axe that he used in the movies, his double-bladed axe. And overall, guys, I'm actually really pleased with this Gimli, even though I feel like he is a little on the tall side. Everything from his look to the accessories he's come with to his articulation, I'm perfectly satisfied with that. I actually wouldn't really mind, having a not too articulated Gimli, since Gimli's a little bit more, stiff and stubbier than some of the other characters. But I was actually able to get him in some pretty satisfying poses. So, yeah, guys, I think Gimli wins the day here. And it's not just because he's my favorite Lord of the Rings character. It's because I actually like this action figure a lot better. Now, growing up, I never had a toybiz Gimli. I actually had a toybiz Aragon, and my brother had a toybiz Legolas. And those are the only 2 Lord of the Rings figures we got. Sadly, we could never get a Gimli, but anyway, I don't really have anything else to compare this to, so this is probably just gonna be the Gimli for my shelf. I'm I was thinking about making a shelf of like miscellaneous characters, like characters that I don't normally collect, so I don't really have like a big group of them, because mostly, as you guys know, I collect Star Wars, Marvel, and Power Rangers. Those are the three primary things that I have, so those are the three things that mostly take up my shelf. But I might have to make a little shelf for all the miscellaneous guys like Gimli here. Comment down below if you guys have these action figures. What do you think about them? Do you like them? Do you not like them? And also, be sure to follow me on my Instagram as I stay updated whenever I plan to upload a video, as well as see exclusive photos that you will not see in my videos. Alright guys, until then, be sure to like, subscribe, and go to my channel to check out other videos. Catch you later.